Okay, today we will start with how to create an account, all those things. Then we are going to use the same account for our further classes. So we will be talking about how we can create a DevOps account, basically in the DevOps organization and with the DevOps portal. We already discussed, right? Two things will be there, right? So what we'll do? First thing what you need to do is create one Microsoft account. So you can create any idea of Microsoft basically, right? First step is create a Microsoft account. Can be like outlook.com, hotmail.com, live.com. You can use. So it is up to you how you want to do it. Okay. So I will be using some account. So in case, I think I already discussed in demo class, in case if you want to use the Gmail account, you need to explicitly register this. Okay. Register for the Microsoft account. Okay. So now what are we supposed to do? First, go to this location, this particular URL. I'll share this document. So create your start free account and log in with the ID which you have created here in step one, basically here, right? So I will be using an account which is already registered with the Microsoft. Okay. So enter the password, whatever is there. Log in here. Sometimes this Microsoft account website will be a bit slow. So once you log in with your details, since I have already have the organization, so directly it has taken me to the project details. Okay. In case if you want to create a new organization, create the new organization here. Select whatever the organization name you want, right? It's a Broly DevOps. Okay. And where do you want to create? Anywhere, wherever you are comfortable, you can select. This is just a DevOps organization which we are creating now. So once you create this account, second step is log into dev.azure.com. Third step is create a DevOps basically organization. Under this, we are going to create a project. So basically, one organization can have multiple projects. Let us go and see. So now the Broly DevOps one has been created. Now I can create a project. Let's say demo project. These projects can be either public or private. In case if you are working for any open source projects, then you can share it with the public community. In that cases, you can go ahead and create the public projects. If you don't want to share your source code, basically because your pipelines, everything is linked to this. You don't want to share your pipeline, everything, then go ahead with the private. So just click on private project. So now a project has been created under an organization called Broly DevOps one. What is important here? The URL, just remember this. Okay. First one is dev.azure.com. Then this is your organization name. Then this is your project name. Okay. These are the five major components which you have in Azure DevOps, like boards, repos, pipelines, test plans, artifacts. These things will be there for every project. Okay. You can add some statistics basically here, right? And once you add it, you'll get all the information, boards, repos, all this information. Okay. Now, first we'll do what we'll do. We'll go to here. This is the project settings option. Here, a lot of are there. Okay. So here, these are the many options which you have. Okay. So you can enter in description and what process it is assigned to, whether your project is supporting or supports all of them. Let's say if you don't want to support boards, remove the board service. So if you refresh, these boards will be gone. Just refresh. See, board is gone, right? You can bring it back anytime. This you can do as an administrator because I logged in, I have created everything. I am the admin for this. Okay. Okay. So other things like this is the limitations or usage for the user, all the information. Okay. So first thing what you need to do is the administrator, project administrator. First thing, please remember to add multiple administrators because what happens if something goes wrong for the user, this user, then if you don't have admin permission, it will be a very big problem to manage it. So it is always recommended to have multiple admins first thing. Okay. So because in case of something goes wrong or if some person is leaving the organization, then other person is available as a backup. In case if you want to delete organization, if you see here, you will have up to 28 days to record this project. Even if you delete, they will keep it as a backup for 28 days. In case if you want to revert it back or restore it, so within this 28 days, you have to request them. Okay. So there are many options. Over a period of time, we will learn all these things. Okay. But what we'll do, we'll go back to your organization. This I have created, but what I'm because there is one more permission which is required if you create an organization. If you select any organization, right? Can let's say this is the one which you have created. Similarly, like what we had for the project settings, you have organization settings also. Okay. So here you can add a couple of details like privacy details and what is the name and description, time zone in case if you want. This time zone is very, very important for the sprints. So I'll talk about that right? And you have a couple of other details. Who is the owner? Now we're more interested in projects under the organization, right? As we already told you, right? So one organization can have multiple projects. Let's say I'm going to create one more project. Project 2. Okay. There is one more option here. Again, you have an option to select whether it is public or private. So you can go ahead and select whichever you want. There is one more option which is called advanced. Okay. Here, there are work item processes. Okay. Here we have a couple of things like Agile, RCMMI, or Scrum. Basically, what it is, what kind of process you want to follow or you want to attach for this project, right? So based on that, you go ahead and select. So basically, what exactly your organization is following. Most of the time now, people are following agile practices. In case if you are following Scrum or CMMI or basic one, you can go ahead. In case if the requirement is very minimal thing, then you can go ahead and create a basic project. What changes based on this, I'll show you in maybe in 1 or 2 sessions. Okay. Okay. Now I'm keenly interested in understanding the users here, right? This is the primary focus at this point in time, because if you see right now, I am the only user I have here. So I can add more users here. This can be any user who have Microsoft account. I can invite, does anyone have your Microsoft accounts?
Yes, Bhaskar, I have Microsoft account.
Yeah, can you ping me so that I can invite you to this organization?
And let me.
Meanwhile, I can also add so I can give permission for this particular user. Assume you have multiple projects, you can select for which project he is going to work. I have only one right now, so I will add him.
I have pinged.
Yeah, let me add. So I have added this particular user, DevOps NDR at gmail.com. At access level is basic. You can see here the last accessed, never. I can also invite you for this project. Add user is the user and project. I'm going to select all. Okay. Once you add it, okay, I forgot to show you. While adding, right, again, you have 3 types of levels: basic, stakeholder, and Visual Studio subscriber. What does it mean? We need to understand this. Okay. We have basic, stakeholder, and Visual Studio. So when we create a user, you need to mention what type of user is going to be: basic user, stakeholder user, and Visual Studio user, right? And you can select the projects which you want to add it, right? When you add it as a basic user, he is going to become a contributor for this basically project. Okay. What is the difference? Basic user, what is stakeholder, and what is Visual Studio subscriber? Right? See, in Azure organization, remember this is important. The users are created at the org level under org level, basically. Okay. Basically, users are under organization. So what is basic user? By default, every organization can have 5 users, basically are free. And you can have unlimited stakeholders, basically users. Again, this is for free. Free. Again, Visual Studio subscribers, this is again unlimited. This is very important for the licensing purposes. Right? See, basically, for 5 users, 5 basic users are free. In case if you are going to use more than 5 users, then that is going to be charged. Okay. And stakeholders unlimited. What they will get? They'll get only few options like dashboards and wiki and Azure boards. Right? These are the options what they'll get. So other options like pipelines, your Git repos, all those things are not accessible for the stakeholders. Why? Because stakeholder, what he will be expecting the status maximum. So that status can be represented using your boards, dashboards, or your Azure boards, right? For those kind of users, we can add unlimited. So there is no charge for that. Okay, they'll get only if certain features. Some limitations are there. Okay. So basically, when you are adding a user, okay, what kind of role he is going to have. So based on that, you have to choose the user. Okay. So again, Visual Studio subscribers, in case if you have unlimited subscribers, can be added. See, basically what happens if you have a Visual Studio license that is linked to this email ID. So that way you can use this here. Okay. So if you have a Visual Studio license, you can add n number of users, whoever is having that. Okay. Is it clear? This is important for the DevOps engineer when you are adding, because managing roles is also one of the work which will be doing it. Sure. Yeah, this is what. Okay. So for free, what we'll get? Unlimited users and build time. Azure pipelines, 10 parallel jobs only maximum. I'll talk about what is parallel job. Okay. And Azure boards, Azure repos. Again, for small teams like this, what is free here? Start free with up to 5 users. This is what I discussed. At Azure pipelines, one posted job with 1800 minutes per month. Okay. And Azure boards, Azure repos, Azure artifacts, these are the things. Again, everything is linked to the user level. If you have a 5 basic users, so up to them, this is free. After that, if you want to use, they will charge for that. So in case for small like 10 users, if you want to use, this is I think latest charge. I need to check. I'll show you what is directly in the repository portal. Basically, I'll show you there. Okay. So this is what the user level we can.
Again, the subscription has to be acquired from portal.azure.com, right?
Yes, yes. Your all subscriptions are linked to your portal.azure.com. I'll show you how to link that. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So your subscriptions or everything is created under the portal.azure.com, which is in cloud only. Okay.
Okay, Jay.
So there is one more option. Go back to here. See, generally what happens in organization load, right? In real time, every organization will have something called AD account. Basically, it's supposed to have a Azure AD account. Uh, so this will be there. So most of the time in real time, your projects, they will use your Azure AD tenant. So I'll explain in detail when we are talking about the session. Okay. So basically here you have your subscription. Okay. So basically what happens based on your subscription level, right? The amount will be varying. So discounts you'll get like 30, 40, 50 or whatever it is based on your this thing. And in case if you have a Visual Studio license, especially enterprise license, so Microsoft actually will credit $100 for that particular user in case you have a subscription. Okay. For students, there are, in case if you have students, then again, there are certain options which we have. Okay. Basically, you have portal.azure.com. What we have created earlier was a dev.azure.com. So this is where your subscriptions will be there here. So you can create your subscriptions based on your account. So once you activate, don't activate now, don't create subscription now. I will tell you when to create because since it is going to be valid only for 1 month, the credit what you are going to get close to 15,000. I'll tell you when to activate that so that it will be very useful for you. Now, for a couple of initial sessions, it is not required. We'll mainly focus on your DevOps portal. Once we start using this, cloud, then we'll enable your subscriptions. Okay. Don't create now your subscriptions for free of cost, whatever you're going to get. Okay. So in case what happens, another option like where is my portal.com. So in case if you want to add your subscription users, right? Basically, assume you have your AD accounts, Active Directory accounts and all, right? Most of the companies will have your AD accounts. So those AD accounts, we can link it here. Right now, what happens until and unless if you register, then only you will get a option. Basically, if you see, uh, I should have got one invitation to join for this. You can see here. You have been invited to a project in Azure DevOps. So like this, you will get an invitation because this particular user here, DevOps NDR IT@gmail.com has been invited to this particular project, which is that Broly DevOps 1 for the project name so and so. Okay, here. How can I join? Join now. See, now I got the access here. Who am I right now? Okay, because I have already logged in. By default, it is taking me to the location. Copy this link. Try to log in here. This is my DevOps and DRL. So again, if you enter a password, then automatically you will be allowed to do or contribute to this particular organization or project, whatever has been given for you. Okay, clear? Go back here, go to organization settings. Here you will have you can configure here. In case if you have a ADs, basically Active Directories and all, you can configure. If it is an individual user like this, you will be notified with the invitation link. So you can, using that link, you can join. Okay, clear? Any doubt? Super. I don't know whether I'm audible or not. Okay, fine. Let's do it. Okay, like this, you have to add your users at the organization level. Why do we need these users? What subscription will the added user have? Sorry, can you rephrase that? What subscription will the added users have? Subscription, see, subscription is different. Okay, don't combine the subscription and adding user here. Here, when you are adding a user here, that is only to contribute for the your DevOps portal. Where the subscription is, if you want to utilize or create any resources in your portal.azure.com, then the subscription will come into the picture. Example, this is my, let's say, I want to create a resource group. Okay. Assume I'm going to create a new resource group. Here, when you are adding, see here, this is the subscription. The subscription will come into the picture only with the portal.azure.com. Here, the subscription is not required. There is something else here. I'll talk about that in maybe in 1 or 2 sessions. Okay. So when you here, basically, in case if you register with the free account, the free subscription will get added here in the drop-down list. In case you have multiple subscriptions, you can choose whichever you want. Let's say your BU level, your subscriptions will be there. So assume for this resource group, I'm creating for BU1. So you can select the respective BU subscription because all these payments and all will be linked to this subscription. Okay. Yes. Go back to your portal.azure.com. So again, you can go back to users and modify in case basically if you say this guy right now what I have created as a basic user, I don't want to. Okay, you can modify whatever. Manage users, change access level. You can change access level. I don't want this guy to be basic. I want this guy to be as a stakeholder. Just change it, right? In case of those changes, or in case if you want to remove. So for some reason, if you want to resend the invitation and all, so few options are available here. Okay. Now, so what is the procedure to create and contribute now? You understood, right? So basically, you come and the organization create the users and send the invitation to them so that they are part of your organization or project. Okay. And go to permissions. If you see here, these are the different groups which you have, like collection administrators, build service accounts, right? So for most of the build part, right, there will be service accounts which will be using it. These service accounts are very useful rather than using our individual IDs. Okay, you can select any of these. Let's say build administrator. So you will come to know who is the member of this particular. Otherwise, go and select your admin. At least you'll have 1 or 2 users. See here, this guy is the member of this, and particular users, all the information. And what is allowed, what is not allowed, permission level, all the things are here. because I'm the admin. That is the reason everything is disabled, because everything is allowed already. In case if you want to control what has to be given for the particular user, again, at the access level, there are many levels basically here. You can control at the organization level. You can control the users at the project level. You can control the users at the repo level also. Okay. So in case if you want to add a particular user, you can add here. Let's say I have this guy. I want to add him as a administrator. Save. He is part of administrator group now. Like this, you can control the access levels. Okay. Now this DevOps NDR is the part of. Yeah. Any doubt so far? I think you need to interact a little bit so that it will be a good for both of us. Otherwise, it will be like one-side session. I'll be just telling. I don't know whether you guys are understanding or.
Oh, sorry, Bhaskar. I'm starting a note. So, whenever you add a user in the project, under the project, the user will get notification, right?
Uh,
Over his mail.
I'm really sorry. In between, your voice got disconnected. Hello.
So, what I'm asking is, so if you add a user under a project,
Uh-huh.
so the user mail ID will be getting a notification, right?
Yes, invitation. Basically, you'll get an invitation to join for that organization.
Okay.
So, like I showed you right here. This is my Gmail account. Yeah, this is the. You have been invited to a project, so and so. Okay. So this is how we can add the users. I will show you more options when we work on boards basically, right? So there we can assign the tasks or work items to multiple users, all those things. Any other doubts? I just want to show you how to register and how to add the users. Uh, from next session, we will start about what is the boards basically, right? Now we have created, now we know how to create an organization, how to create a project, right? And how to add the users. So once you have all these three things, then what is the next thing? So you need to work on the project. So what are the boards now? How the boards are going to be useful for us? These things we'll discuss in tomorrow's session, because the continuation is required. I don't want to start today, and that is required at least half an hour. The boards, the initial topic. Okay. In case you have any questions, I can take it up. Otherwise, we will. I'll ask them to. I'll try to take the host permission as admin permission for this Zoom, so that it will be immediately. We can start at 8 o'clock.
Okay, Ji.
Okay, fine then. We'll connect at 8 o'clock tomorrow, and we'll discuss about Azure boards. So basically, what are the Azure boards? What are the different options we have? uh, all the information. So here for the same, we'll take the same project. What we have created today. Yeah. This is one way you can navigate to any place. Like if I want to go back to permission, click here. If I want to go to settings or if I want to go to project level, click on this. So it will go here. So if we select this, these are the options we have: boards, repos, pipelines, test plans, and all those things. Within the boards, there are many things. So how to add work items and how to create backlogs, what are the sprints, how can we query the reports, how can we deliver the plans, and there are few analytics which we can view that. All these things we will learn for next couple of sessions.
So, just a question: is there any limit for number of organizations under one DevOps portal?
Is there any limit? Charan, actually for some
What
reason
is the
your
maximum
voice is
number of
not clear.
organizations? So I'm
I can.
asking, what is the maximum limit?
Sorry, sir. How about others? Are you able to hear Charan clearly? For me, completely it is disconnecting. Or you can type Charan. The voice is breaking completely. Maximum number of users you are saying. Max number of organizations. There is no limit you can create, Charan. But practically tell me, why do you need so many organizations? Is adding. Got it. Yeah. But in real-time scenarios, that is not the ideal practice, because you will have a lot of headache in managing multiple things, right? So because your user management, your project management, your repo management, everything will change. Basically, if there is a real need at the BU level, then you can go ahead and create an organization. Let's say my organization is Oracle. Within the Oracle, I have maybe 4 BUs. BU1, one organization, BU2, one organization. Within that BU1, I can create multiple projects, right? Because this organization level, again, Microsoft has some restrictions, in the sense the running number of parallel jobs, you need to send an email, all those things. But again, for the paid, preferably people will try to reduce number of organizations. Hope that answers your question. And one more is adding users to project the job of a DevOps engineer or admin. Adding users to the project definitely is one of the role within the DevOps. Okay. So who is admin? Admin is also DevOps engineer, right? So that is going to be one of the role, because we are the ones, DevOps engineers are the ones who will actually manage these repos, DevOps portal basically, right? So you should have a better control who should have what. Again, the individual project level managers will give the information, or the leads will give the information whom to have what. So I'll show you, there are many levels where we can control this access. Okay. Even if you have added the user in organization level, we can restrict at many levels. Even boards level, I can restrict. Even repo level, I can restrict. Even project level, I can restrict. Though the user is part of the organization. I'll show you that. Don't worry. Okay, I used to work for shared services, so I had this query. No problem, Charan. But there is no limitation. You can add a number of organizations. If you see right now, I myself have 3, which are not required actually. Okay, so there will be some charge. Why I why do I need this? It's because I don't need so many organizations, right? So I will go ahead and delete this. This organization is not required. It's for just demo purpose. I created this. I'll delete it. Okay. So I deleted that organization. Now if you go and check, you should have only 2. Okay. So if you want to run the jobs, again, you need to send your organization information to the Microsoft. They will validate and they will allow you to run the parallel jobs. Again, that is one parallel job for free account. Okay. I'll show you that when we talk about the what is that pipelines. Pipelines. When we talk about pipelines, I'll tell you that. Okay. Any other queries? Okay. There's nothing. Then yeah. Thank you. We'll connect it tomorrow 8 o'clock. I will try to take the host permission before that itself. Okay. Thank you. Bye. I think they'll share you the recorded sessions, and I'll be uploading the documents once they create the drive. Okay. And they will only upload the recorded sessions that drive. That drive. Bye.
Thank you, Jay.
Yeah. One more audit of changes performed by admin or anyone. Audit of changes. It depends, Charan. Auditing, right? So again, there are monitoring tools where auditing is much more easier now. So basically what happens, we can create a dashboards for that. So ultimately, if you go and refresh your, I think Charan is not there. Okay, if you refresh, then the auditing information also can be viewed at the dashboard level. Okay, then thank you. Bye.